Homeschool in the Woods, and I want to share a little bit about balancing holidays with your homeschooling. You know, at the beginning of this school year, everyone's excited. You've got all your new stuff. You've got your new planners and your new books. You've got the smell of crayons and pencils in the air. But eventually, even that fun work becomes a little bit mundane, and you need a bit of a shakeup. Well, the good news is that every month has a holiday in it. And if they aren't necessarily common ones, there's a ton of not so common ones. And almost every holiday has some form of history to it. So you can really take some time off and yet not stop the learning. So now, how are some ways that we can go about learning about these holidays? There's always reading. Usually you can find books on many of the holidays, or you can go on the internet and look into some of the history behind how they got started. There's crafts, there's recipes, because everybody loves food tied into these things, and almost all of the holidays have something that you can pull in that has to deal with food. Videos, a lot of times you'll find YouTube videos or even movies at the library that might tie in as well. So let's talk about some of these common and not so common holidays. Obviously we know about Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, you know, there's a lot of those. But there's also not so common ones. For example, February, National Love Your Pet Day. Can you see that? I could see there's a perfect time to get out and go to a pet store. June, National Donut Day. Now, there's tying in some food that everybody's going to love. That's on the 5th of June, but guess what? There's National Eat Your Vegetables Day on the 17th of the same month. So you can follow that up with that. September, Talk Like a Pirate Day. November has Go to an Art Museum Day. October has National Pizza Month. And actually on October 11th is National Sausage Pizza Month. And we have a video that can tie in with that beautifully, because we'll show you how to make a really healthy pizza that tastes great. Now, study hands-on. Take either one day to study the holiday, or you might want a week or two, because some of these holidays have several elements to them. So let's take a look at Christmas. We're going to focus on that one. There's the biblical roots. You've got scripture. You have church history. And a lot of times you even have pagan history. And a lot of that goes, you have to go back far enough to understand how it developed its own Christian aspects to it, or why things were changed over. How other cultures celebrate, that's a fun way to do it too. Different countries. How did the German Tannenbaum come about? How about Yule logs or stockings? Also, a lot of countries have different forms of Santa Claus, whether it's St. Nicholas or he goes by many, many names. That's a fun thing to look into too. Now for your science kids, maybe an animal study on reindeer, or there's ways to look into snowflakes, whether you're making a borax one or you're looking into the artwork of Wilson Bentley, who was a famous photographer of snowflakes. And of course, foods that celebrate the season, because every child loves to incorporate food. Now there's several things you can do too to add some excitement to the lessons and get them a little more hands-on. You can act out scenes, like say for example the nativity scene. How about journaling as a child from another culture? Write a story as if you were an animal in the stable and seeing what was happening. Various art forms at Christmas time, ornaments, Christmas cards, even making some really unique gifts that you can give away to your neighbors or your family. There's read aloud. This is a great time to incorporate all kinds of books on, at least in Christmas. And if you look hard enough in the library, sometimes you're going to find other things there. Or at least even if it means getting a paragraph or two on some of those more unique holidays. Listen to, and for Christmas, and research music that represents the season. Like, what about the Christmas carols? Where did they originate from? Or Handel's Messiah? A fun thing to do might be to host a gingerbread competition, and who can make the best house. Or how about a special gift for a neighbor or the elderly, where you're actually going and doing something for them. Like, you can bring them cookies, but I think that there's a lot of elderly people that would love to have their driveway shoveled. And finally, how about sending a package to a soldier? This is a time when they're lonely, they're away from family, and even if it's not a package, a card or a letter, there's so many ways you can look that up online and connect with soldiers that are overseas. So be sure to take advantage of these unique times to break away from the regular mundane schedule. And I guarantee you that if you do, you'll probably go back to those same books a bit refreshed. So thank you again for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you soon.
you.